Hey guys, what's up? Uncle Sam 17 here. Bringing you the new SSX game. Just came out a day ago. I've got my friend Plasmatic 33 here who's going to be talking about it with us. It's right there. So overall, we're just going to be giving a review of the game, what we liked from past games and compared to what this game does, and the overall history and just sort of, general commentary. So I guess.
And how saucy it is.
How saucy it is. Anyway, to start it off, I guess I'll have my friend Plasmatic here just talk about his history with the game, because he's probably the biggest SSX fan that I know. So you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. Well, when I first got the PS2 back in way 2000, the first game I ever bought was the original SSX. It was completely different than the SSX you know today. There was no, special uber tricks. It was just boost, 360s, and flips, and as simple as it was still an SSX game, and it captivated me. I played the hell out of that game. And then Tricky came out, the game that everybody bought.
That's the game everybody
played.
It's like
you went to your friend's house, for a sleepover. The first thing, SSX Tricky, yeah, let's play.
Yeah, like the three main games that everybody had. Some random Final Fantasy game, didn't matter what it was, usually 7 though, that nobody played. There was a GoldenEye kind of James Bond type game, and then there was SSX, which is like, yeah, let's play that, like right off the bat. Everybody was so pumped for it.
Yeah, and SSX Tricky brought a new kind of style or a new element to this game with the tricky tricks, and you could take your foot off the board. You could do even crazier stunts than 5 backflips in a row in the previous SSX game, and it was a sure win, and I'm pretty sure it scored 10 on IGN.
Yeah, they got like. Up to this game, they've gotten bigger and crazier with the tricks that they do. Mm-hmm. Just crazy.
And fast forward a few years, you get SSX 3, which was, which was incredible. Yes.
That's the game that you got me into.
I showed.
You started pulling people in because you liked that game so much.
I had such a history with the past 2 games, and I loved it. I played the hell out of both of them, and I was just like, you know what? Why aren't my friends doing this? So,
but no, it was a fun game, and that's probably what got me addicted most to the SSX series. And I did love that game. I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun game to play.
I didn't have too much experience with On Tour because by that time it was 2003, I think.
Around that area.
And I think I sold my PS2. And I got the GameCube, which SSX did come out on, but for some reason my brother and I never agreed to buy it. I don't know. So I didn't have too much experience with that. And then I played the PSP version of On Tour. Just kind of limited, but it still felt like SSX nonetheless.
Yeah. Those were basically you sort of went through all the phases of all the different SSX games.
I used Zoe throughout all of them.
Yeah,
I have a history with this character.
In what
kind
way?
of a weird sense. Well, I asked my friend. We played SSX 3 a week before this game came out, and we said, "Oh man, let's use our old characters." So of course I choose Zoe. He chooses. I think her name was Alice or. Allison or Alex or
something like that.
Something with an A. Allegra. It was Allegra.
Oh.
The girl with the overalls. And I asked him why did we choose these 2 female characters? And he just gave me a flat out response. Well, I thought it was because these are the 2 girls that if they were real, we would most likely want to have sex with. And I thought about it for a second, and it made perfect sense. In kind of a weird, freaky, 12-year-old video game.
Yeah, let's justify the age thing here for a second. You were 12 years old.
This is way back.
Anyway, I never knew that. Anyway, moving on. So the character selection is pretty interesting. Overall, I guess I kind of want to point this out really quick. When you land, when you're in Uber Tricky, I love the fact that
let's get to the tricks later. Because on the top, I'm just saying on the topic of the characters though, they kept the signature tricks that the characters have had throughout Tricky and SSX 3.
They kept the signature tricks, but they've added layers of tricks. And what I mean by that is
instead of pressing Y
to do a trick, you
now do YB.
It's all the right and left stick.
Like the tempo.
But when you use the triggers, it sort of it adds to that, like, you have the next level of tricks, and then when you hit tricky, you have regular tricky tricks, and then advanced tricky tricks,
and for each
and then
character, the tricks vary.
Yeah, I mean, like,
there's no longer the option, though, which I'm kind of disappointed, to buy new tricks. And I remember distinctly in SSX3 you had a menu where you could just purchase different tricks, and eventually you could have all the tricks in the book, and get like a mini whatever it was that you get awarded with in PS2s. Who knows what that was?
I never knew that.
But yeah, and it was something on top of being able to personalize your character with the clothes and the board and you know, special effects.
Yeah, this game, I'm gonna say it right now. We'll show you in a little bit. The customization is interesting, especially with the new gear aspect.
Yeah,
like,
there's new stat. Like every new outfit adds
it's
a stat.
It's like the new it's like a new stat system. The only thing I've got to say I don't like. I did enjoy SSX's, like SSX3's old take on you upgrade each stat. You don't like buy new gear, and also the outfits in this game, I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah, you know, I remember I remember I know I keep on bringing up SSX3, but I remember in that game, the outfits were very completely.
There was such customization.
I remember specifically with Zoe, like you got those orange, red, and yellow and white puzzle pants with like a black tank top, and then all of a sudden, you know, next outfit was completely, you know, there were more layers than just one outfit in a different color. Which I just, you know,
anyway,
which gave, you know, kind of not meticulous, but kind of obsessive fanboys such as myself, you know, more freedom.
Yeah, no, there was a lot more customization, I guess, to put it in one word, than... Oh, by the way, want to point this out right now. I'm proud of this. I owned Andy's score so badly on the race, and I'm so proud of it. That was my race, by the way.
Not my best moment.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's funny you say that, though, because like I said, the week before this game came out, we played it, and I was able to kick my friend's ass. Then here you are, for the first time ever in your life, being able to beat me at something. So,
yeah.
Congrats, you got it on video. Anyway.
Well, thank you. I did, and I'm not letting it go. Anyway, this is...
On the topic of things that we don't like, I noticed,
Brussels
though...
sprouts.
Well, I
don't like Brussels sprouts. Just in case you're wondering.
Brussels sprouts are terrible.
Yeah, they are. Anyway... For the game, though, I guess you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like how in every SSX game ever made, there was always the boost bar to the right, and eventually the tricky at the bottom, so that you knew, or at the top, so you knew how far, you know, in tricks, how close to special moves you were.
Yeah.
And this, when I first cracked the game open, I found myself saying for the first 45 minutes, where's the boost button? How do I go faster? And you know, having to redo the races like 3 times, and then all of a sudden hit me, oh, right trigger. That would make a little bit more sense. You know.
Yeah.
They replaced the old button layout with, instead of X for boost, it's now part of the tricks, and B, you know, is.
Alright, I want to cut it off on the tricks now, and I want to cut it off on the characters. I want to look at the customization like we just saw. Andy takes forever to customize, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Just saying, it's ridiculous. But anyway,
hey, you can't blame an artist, kid. You know, we have to get everything. Everything has to be perfect.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, there's board customization, there's suit customization, there's gear customization, and there's like a bonus customization, which is only in a few different things, which we'll show later maybe. But they all affect your stats and what you can do and stuff. And I love that. I'm still going to say I like the other way they did it in SSX3. Just my opinion,
Well,
though.
the old boards, they had their own stats, and, you know, you didn't really see how that affected the character as much. And they, honestly, old boards, they didn't really do much. Like, in variation, it was like the same thing. They were all like the same... you know, there wasn't one better for tricks and one better for speed in SSX3. And then on tour, they came out with way better than this one. And so, in a way, you could say that this is how that game connects to that game.
Yeah. So I'm just going to bring this up really quick. This is one of the levels that you have to beat to sort of pass to the next area, and this is in Siberia, right?
Peak. This is Siberia.
It's
the second.
This took you how long to beat this one level?
Well, it took me about an hour to, you know, kind of familiarize myself with the map, and only once I familiarized. Yes, thank you. Once I succeeded in doing that, it then took a series of tries ranging. In total, to like 2 hours later. Just this one map. It was a really sad moment, but
yeah, I don't think we ever got that on we ever got it on video.
the actual success.
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of fails.
Our faces. That's one thing that this game I do like. The new modes, like this survival mode is insane. It makes it so that when I first heard survival mode in SSX, my brother and I thought, oh my god, Call of Duty, because at the time that the game was announced, it was announced at the same time as Modern Warfare 3 or 2.
It was about
Black
3.
Ops, I think is one.
Oh no, you're right. It was Black Ops.
And so with that being said, everyone's like, oh, more survival Call of Duty.
Yeah, no.
Snowboarding. That sounds like a piece of shit.
It's sort of like where that first person genre is overtaken everything.
it's just dominated the video game market. That's what this game is so awesome, is because it's completely, it's such a great breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I feel like Gears of War 3 fans, not because you shoot guns, because it's a third-person view, will have a really easy time transferring. Mass Effect also. Yeah. Will have a really easy time transferring from their game to this game if they want to play it.
Yeah, in that sense, it is it's a classic. It's the classic third-person game in my
in your professional opinion.
My professional 17-year-old
opinion. It's just the best game out there. There's no denying. Yeah. I wanna bring this up real quick. Like the boards, you're gonna see later. By the way, I'm a huge Mirror's Edge fan. Mm-hmm. I'm a Mirror's Edge fan.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
I can't believe that you found a board with Faith, the main character from Mirror's Edge, and then the symbol of Mirror's Edge on it. He found a board, and we'll see it in a little bit.
As you know that as you'll play this game, you'll find that the store is completely random in how
it gives you
new customized gear, because a week before the game came out, they said, all right, you guys can customize your own boards, and you can see them within the game. And so I'm pretty sure there are hundreds. Oh, that's a sad moment. 87 meters away from finishing, and of course, no rewinds left. But like I was saying, me and Sam were just playing, and then all of a sudden, wait, is that Faith on the board next to Zoe? It's like, oh my god.
I started having a conniption fit. I was so ecstatic that E3 threw that in there as an Easter egg.
It makes you, it makes you excited to see what else they put in there.
Like,
that we don't know.
The game coming out made my day, and then the next day was like kind of just like, nothing had made my day yet, and I see that, and I'm like,
where's that?
I'm so...
The gods are singing.
Yeah, no, they were. I was so unbelievably happy. One more thing. I want to hear a comment about this. What do you think about the rewind system?
I hate it completely.
You really? Really?
I just, if you notice how many
rewinds
you'll notice in the next 5 minutes how Sam and I accidentally pressed the left bumper,
and we also abused the rewind button.
I mean, part of it though might be that it is a refresh of SSX, and in that sense, they did change some things up. So it might just take some time to get used to.
Yeah, I hope
the game's only been out for 2 days, so who
really
I'm
knows?
Sure the person that has no life that has been playing this game has like dominated that and doesn't have a complaint in the world because it's SSX. But back to what I was saying, Sam and I we just started playing this game. We're combined. We have no more than 5 hours total of experience. So. It could just be the button layout. However, I do find it really annoying how, you can rewind and everyone else can, keep going. As opposed to the old system where you just press the select button on the PS2, the screen would go white and everything would, start over again.
Yeah.
I miss that. And while that is gone, I do still, I'm not gonna lie, I feel right at home in this game. For multiple reasons. And I guess that can get us into what we like about this game.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. I'm just gonna one little not Easter egg, but tweak they added that I guess I love is the fact that when you're in Uber Tricky, like I was trying to say before, and you hit the ground with a big move, the whole landscape does a wave effect.
Oh my gosh, the details in this game.
It's just there's it's not the big things. The big things are there. They're from the original SSX. It's the little details they've thrown in that make this game what it is.
The new style. It's intense. It just, when you land that trick, it just makes you feel like such a badass. And
it really does.
I think that's the point of the game in the first place. Is like, you want to go drop, 2,000 meter run in, Antarctica? Yeah, let's do it, man.
We can totally
just that badass.
We can put solar panels on our back for all we care.
Yeah, really.
But yeah,
and that's another thing that I like about the game is the fact that the gear does have a huge role in this game.
I'm sorry, but wait, I've got to point this out. It's about to happen. By the way, Red Bull.
Red Bull product placement?
maybe? No. Okay, you're gonna see. Oh, you can't see the board? Oh, you can't see the board. Oh, well.
Pause it right now. Pause it right now, and you'll see that there's a logo on the board.
Yeah, you can pause it. But that is Mirror's Edge. That's a complete Mirror's Edge. I'm so happy about that. What's going on
make
right
a
now?
note. Yeah, Sam and I decided... Well, Sam was pushing me to put the flight suit on.
I wanted to see the wingsuit.
I had never tried it in my life, so this is our first attempt.
He does an accidental rewind, and it's like, no, I'm
going
restarting.
Back to how much I hate the rewind.
Yeah. You really don't like that button.
Well, not at the moment. Who knows? Maybe I'll learn to love it, but for the moment, it's a piece of shit. I never.
All right. No. So another big thing about this game, the soundtrack.
Oh my gosh!
We have not yet hit the soundtrack.
Every SSX game I've ever played has had an amazing soundtrack, and just
this is no
put
exception.
my love in music higher than it was before.
This is no exception to that.
No exception. I love how now when you play, instead of it just being a soundtrack in the background, the music actually interacts with how you're playing. So if you're in the air, you hear it less. The closer you get to the ground, it's louder. You fall, it'll slow down for a second. The bass will increase. But if you're doing I don't know, a super amazing trick and you land it, it picks up again and it's louder.
I mean, and these are some big name artists that were thrown in here, right?
Yeah,
here,
they have
like Nero.
Skrillex and Nero, and
they've definitely got some good ones in here, and I'm amazed they were able to keep...
at the same time, they've got some unknown ones like Dells and Example.
They were able to keep the production quality like unusually high, along with like the amount of money they had to put into royalties probably to the music, which I love that they were able to do both and not compensate.
EA's always had this thing in their games where they have the music soundtrack. It makes me only imagine how much they spent on this. I'm guessing somewhere like $3 million to pay all these guys, which is just...
It's a ridiculous amount.
It's so nice, but the thing is, when players think about the game,
you're so into it, call them
they're old. I'm so into this game. When people who used to play the old games hear the old songs, they immediately think of SSX.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing in one of their previews that the sound developers wanted to make sure that they had a great soundtrack, that whenever you hear one of the songs, you automatically think SSX.
Like whenever I hear Audio Bullies, bam, right to SSX, right to SSX, like immediately. Like they've done such a good job. Like
Caesar's Pals, Jerk It Out. Oh, those were the best.
No, I remember. There's like EA's been great with their titles and then combining the music, like Burnout. All the Burnout series like this have had great combinations of music, and I think that EA's doing a great job with all of it.
One other thing that I just love EA for doing, every SSX game, you never had an indication of how fast you were going. And that's one thing, you would be able to show off to your friends, like, dude, look how fast I'm going with this boost, and, we're so high in there. Now, you can tell how high you are, you can tell how fast you're going.
Yeah.
And it really adds to that sense of, like you said with the shockwaves, that sense of, this is how badass I am. And
it really does.
It makes you feel so good inside. It's like getting, a 12 kill streak in Call of Duty.
Yeah. Alright, so now we've gone through all of this, and I guess there's going to be two things that I want to talk about now, and I'm going to bring the first one up. The first one is the game looks, the aesthetic appeal in a sense. The game engine, I don't know what the name of the game engine is, but it's got to be good.
It's similar. The clips of the characters in the helicopter remind me a lot of Borderlands, actually.
That's not a bad
outlines
assumption.
And the scratches, yeah.
Was Borderlands EA?
Borderlands was...
if you can't remember, it's fine.
I'm gonna hate myself in the future for forgetting this.
You were a Borderlands fan of it for a while.
Yeah.
No, alright.
It'll come back.
It's fine. So either way, I just like the aesthetic appeal in the sense that everything's a lot more natural now. SSX 3, the main game that I played before this, had so many man-made structures in the mountain that it was hard to really see the mountains for what it was. By the way, there's 27 peaks, just letting you know, compared to 3 in the SSX 3, but it had a lot of things to draw your eye. This has a nice focus. Everything looks like it's meant to be there. It's a really, really great game, and aesthetics.
Yeah, the graphics. I love that it's an SSX game with modern day graphics. It just adds to the appeal so much.
Yeah.
But one thing I love, I don't know why, but the fact that it's not so much paint on the snow anymore. It's like lights. It just gives it a real modern feel.
It does.
On top of the the electronic soundtrack, the tricks, with all the, I don't know what it is, flames in your hand, whatever it is.
I agree with that. That
it's a total breath of fresh air.
The lighting is very upgraded. I do love that. All right, the final thing that I wanted to kind of talk about before we went is just sort of your overall opinion on like the replayability of this game. What you would, and at the very end,
I think
what you would rate it out of 10.
To sum it up really quickly, I think it's just as replayable as Halo. Honestly, it's a classic. That's why, but they made it better.
So it's an improved classic.
A way improved classic.
All right.
10 out of 10.
You rated it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, easily.
So like in a general category, you would easily like give this 10 out of 10 hands down.
For everything. Graphics, sound.
I'm gonna say as you being.
I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge SSX fanboy.
I know, no, but you being an SSX fanboy, I would assume that you're gonna be pretty critical compared to last games.
Well, yeah, but the positives far outweigh the negatives. In my opinion.
All right, but what would you say is the biggest negative?
The biggest negative I'd say would be the new controls. I wish they kept the old controls.
All right. Anyway, we're kind of coming up to the end of this run and just 600 meters away. So I just kind of want to give my general opinion. I do think this is a great game. For replayability, like as a person who's not a huge SSX fan, I think I would give this maybe an 8.59 out of 10.
Really? Would you rather play Halo 3 or this?
You know, I'm a Halo fanboy. You're an SSX fanboy.
Sure. All right.
I can't say.
We are on two different wavelengths.
I can't. Yeah, we are. I can't say at the time because Halo's kind of gotten a little stale. This game's brand new. It's got that appeal, so I can't really give you a general idea. What I can say is I like the game. Simply put, I would buy it. Anyone should buy this game. All right, so this is about to end. What ends up happening is it brings you to the top, so you can keep going. But this is about to end. So I'm just gonna say this right now. This has been Uncle Sam 17. Been joined by my friend Plasmatic 33
You'll see
right
me in the
here.
future.
Yeah, you will see him in the future probably in a few more SSX videos at the very least.
Hopefully not as shitty as this one.
All right, that's way to lead that with a positive note. Anyway, this has been Flabberdaber, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.